After the recent loss to Trinidad and Tobago, the United States national team fails to make it to the World Cup. What is the issue with this, though? I'm going to tell you why we didn't make it to the World Cup and why the United States is not yet a national soccer power. Our biggest problem, I think, is the league that they're playing in. Look at players like Christian Pulisic and Bobby Wood. They are playing in Europe, not the MLS. In my opinion, the MLS isn't yet strong enough to be able to produce great talent, unlike Europe, Bundesliga, where great players show up all the time. Look at the German national team, for example. All those players are homegrown. Look at the United States. How many great players do we have that are homegrown? None. Well, you might be thinking, wait, Christian Pulisic was born in the United States, though. And he played here for a couple years, didn't he? No, he didn't, actually. He was born in Hershey, Pennsylvania, of course. He was born in Hershey, Pennsylvania, but he moved to England to actually hone in his talents when his father and mother realized that he was fantastic. He played a bit, but he really did not develop his skills here. He really developed his skills in Europe with Borussia Dortmund, with playing with the under 20, under 18 national team. Look at two players from the MLS, Jordan Morris and Kellyn Acosta. I believe both these players are actually pretty good, but they're really not developing their skills where they need to be. Jordan Morris and Kellyn Acosta need to be in Europe. They really do. If they want to become anything close to Christian Pulisic or Bobby Wood or DeAndre Yedlin, they really need to go to Europe. If they continue to play in the MLS, their progression will be stunted tenfold. They need to play in Europe. They need to play in competitive leagues. You might be saying that MLS is competitive. Not as competitive as Europe. Not by far. If you don't believe me on this point, I'll give you examples of some of the national team players that have played in Europe and actually got game time in Europe. Players such as Clint Dempsey, DeAndre Yedlin, Christian Pulisic, Bobby Wood, Jose Altidore, Tim Howard. They're all national team legends, or they will be one day, hopefully. Now let's move on to my next point. I'm going to be talking about our fan base. Our fan base is clearly not big enough for the size of a country that we are. If you look at countries such as France, Germany, they all care about their national team. How many people do you think actually watched our World Cup progression over the past 3 years, 2 years? Probably not as many as you think. While the US is blessed with many other sports, such as basketball, baseball, football, it is sort of a curse in disguise for us. As we lose players to them, players such as Odell Beckham Jr., who was a great soccer player. Kobe Bryant was another great soccer player. We could have had him playing as well. But they moved to other sports. Odell Beckham Jr. obviously football, and Kobe Bryant obviously basketball. Soccer is the most played sport in the United States. The fact that our national team can't compete in major tournaments should be a joke. We have 360 million over that, and we can't compete. We can't even make it to the World Cup. We get beat by Trinidad and Tobago. We get beat by Costa Rica. We get beat by Mexico. How? And not even going to the World Cup is not going to help this problem. We need to be doing well so people want to play soccer, not so people feel bad for us and don't want to play soccer. Hopefully this World Cup will be the laughingstock for the next couple. In the next World Cup, we'll have a more matured Christian Pulisic. We'll have a more matured Bobby Wood. We'll have new players coming up through. Sure, we won't have our legends such as Tim Howard and Clint Dempsey, but that shouldn't matter. We have young players. Of course, they need to go to Europe, but we still need to be doing better than this. Or we're not going to be a dominant side for millennium. The next problem with US soccer is the manager issue. We have had terrible managers. Look at the last two. We've had Jurgen Klinsmann and Bruce Arena. Hell, I don't even know who Jurgen Klinsmann was when he was coaching us. I know who Bruce Arena was. We need a stable manager. Managers actually know what to do with our players. Let's take a look at Christian Pulisic, for example. When the United States beat Honduras 6-0 in one of the World Cup qualifying games, where was Christian Pulisic playing? Was it A, left mid, B, right mid, or C, through the middle? The correct answer is 3, C. He's playing a central attacking mid role. And he created 3 goals for us. Let's look at the 3-0 win over Panama. Where is Christian Pulisic playing? Again, he's playing in a center attacking mid role. This is what the United States needs to put him in. This is where he's most adept in our game. We need a center attacking mid. We don't have one. We have players such as Darlington Nagbe who can play on the wing. We have players such as Fabian Johnson who can play on the wing. We need him through the middle. He's the offense, basically. We just need an actual good manager. I hear Thomas Tuchel's on the market. In a brief summary, the United States needs to pick up their youth development game. We need to have a better fan base, and we have managerial problems. The United States just needs some passion. We need to have a love for the game. And if we don't fix any of these problems for the next World Cup, we'll have problems for years to come. Thank you for listening. The United States needs to step their game up. In a brief summary, the United States needs to pick up their youth development game. We need to have a better fan base, and we have managerial problems. The United States just needs some passion. We need to have a love for the game. And if we don't fix any of these problems for the next World Cup, we'll have problems for years to come. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me if you agree with me or if you disagree. I am obviously open for debate. I will talk with you. I will obviously reply, I'll leave a like, whatever. But my name is Jake Sins, and have a good day.